is that?
Nah, that's just my mic. Hang on one sec.
Oh, all right, cool.
You're good now. I'm only talking.
All right, man. Thank you, Patrick.
I'm gonna send you over the link right now. Hang on.
What do you mean you're gonna send me over the link?
The link for YouTube.
Oh, all right, right.
Reg is
Gotcha.
doing the Facebook channel. I'm doing the YouTube channel.
All right, well, will you let me know when we're like live on Facebook? All right, right.
Reg is doing the
right.
Facebook channel. I'm doing the YouTube channel.
Sweetness. All right, well, will you let me
the
know
man.
when we're like live on Facebook? All right, right.
We're live on Facebook channel. I'm doing the YouTube
Alrighty
channel.
then.
All right, well,
Gentlemen,
All right, I'm dropping
you are the
link in
man.
chat here. You guys can share.
live on Facebook. All right.
We're live on Facebook channel. I'm doing the
Alrighty then.
All right, well,
Gentlemen,
All right, I'm dropping
you are the
link in
man.
chat here. You guys can share.
live on Facebook. All right.
We're live on Facebook channel. I'm doing the
Alrighty then.
All right, well,
Gentlemen,
All right, I'm dropping
you are the
link in
man.
chat here. You guys can share.
live on Facebook. All right.
We're live on Facebook channel.
Alrighty then.
All right,
Gentlemen,
Space.
you are the man.
live on Facebook.
We're live on Facebook
Alrighty then.
channel.
Gentlemen,
All right,
you are the man.
We're live on Facebook.
This is the dimension of
Alrighty then.
area which may lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of
We're live on Facebook.
This is the dimension of area which may lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of
We're live on Facebook.
This is the dimension of area which may lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of
We're live on Facebook.
This is the dimension of area which may lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of
We're live on Facebook.
This is the dimension of area which lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of
We're live on Facebook.
This is the dimension of area which lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of
We're live on Facebook.
This is the dimension of area which lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of
We're live on Facebook.
This is the dimension of area which lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of
We're live on Facebook.
This is the dimension of area which lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of This is the dimension of area which lies between different kinds of men and the summit is the middle ground of This is the dimension of area which lies between different kinds of men
Things like that. Things like that.
Sure thing. The only variable is rate. Slow we read as evolution, fast as revolution. All of this is one way to introduce the change that occurred in my life some 30 years ago. It definitely was not more of the same. It was something I didn't worry about for a very simple reason. I didn't know it existed. There's still some discussion as to whether it was accidental or evolutionary in my case. Certainly it was revolutionary for me. Now, after many years of living with the change and exploring it, the very least I can be sure of is it didn't harm me. The most I can say is I don't know of any other facet of human existence that can produce such a broad scope of knowledge and experience. Yet it remains relatively ignored in our present cultural context. What is it? I'm sure you already know. We call it the out-of-body state. Back in 1958, when it first began to happen to me, it was called astral projection. The label felt uncomfortable to a psychologist friend and to me too. It seemed too occult, too 16th century. So we began to call it the out-of-body experience, or OBE. It fit better in the double speak of the late 20th century. No respectable researcher or scientist would be caught fooling around with astral projection, but just maybe out-of-body might slip through. Also, it was graphic, to the point. The out-of-body is a state of consciousness where you are distinct and separate from your physical body. This separateness can be 2 inches or 2,000 miles or more. You can think, act, and perceive in this state much as you do physically, with several important exceptions. With a little practice, your 5 senses can be replicated while in the OB. Replication is the right description because you're not using sensory mechanisms and organs as you do physically. What you're actually using is Instead, something no one that I know of has taken the trouble to find out. In my own history, I began to see, first of all. I don't know how precisely I started to do that in the out-of-body state. After considerable experimentation, I learned to hear and then to feel. I've never learned how to smell or taste while in the OB state. No particular reason for this except that the need to do so never came up. Why would anyone want to go out of their body? Well, I didn't have much choice. All I wanted to do was to keep it from happening at first. Then, when I slowly learned the potentials involved, I became excited. I went to work at learning how to control this activity. If all of this sounds wild, weird, or nonsense, you're just about where I was 30 years ago, and I don't blame you. If someone had told me then that I would be talking with you now about such things, I would have snorted in disgust and disbelief, and I would have recommended that he see a psychiatrist. But this is now, and some of my best friends are psychiatrists, but not in a doctor-patient relationship. Today, there are over 120 consultants and associates ranging from MDs, psychologists, college professors, physicists and scientists, to engineers and corporate executives, all actively involved in the research and educational organization we call the Monroe Institute. Each has a personal professional interest in the out-of-body state. The Institute is internationally known for its studies in human consciousness and the use of sound wave patterns to assist changes in states of being. One of these, of course, is the out-of-body state. Evidence of change. Recent research, not ours, has shown that 25% of our nation's population remembers having at least one spontaneous out-of-body experience. If you think about it, perhaps you'll find you're part of that 25%. The very fact that you're listening now indicates at least a casual interest or perhaps a search for answers. Many such out-of-bodies have been attached to the sleep state, dismissed as simply dreams, except that they didn't fit the hazy quality of dreams. They were much too vivid and real to be so classified. Other spontaneous OBs have occurred under anesthesia during surgery, where the patient found himself some 6 or 8 feet above the operating table and later reported what he saw and heard from this vantage point, which would have been a physical impossibility. These are happening every day. They're unreported for the most part. Others occur during moments of unconsciousness caused by an accident or something like that. Most are relegated to an odd event tucked away in memory as an anomaly that never happened. Our belief systems wouldn't let it be otherwise. Again, in my own case, it took a full year of spontaneous and willful out-of-body excursions with growing validation and documentation before I accepted the reality of it. The most profound of the spontaneous out-of-bodies is what is now called the near-death experience. Again, these are taking place daily, usually during surgery and under anesthesia. More and more are being reported due to the efforts and publicity by several organizations that have sprung up to investigate this phenomenon. Most near-death out-of-body experiences have the effect of changing completely the belief systems of the patient and thus their lives. They come back knowing they are more than their physical body, and without any equivocation, they will survive physical death. You can understand what I mean by profound if you'll think about how such knowledge, not belief or hope or faith, would affect your life. That you are indeed more than your physical body, that you do indeed survive physical death. Think about just knowing that, just those two as knowns with absolutely no conditions or complication. Human history is full of such references to what we call out of body. You're beside yourself, out of your mind, fall asleep and wake up, pass out, and it goes on and on. Even to witches who rode a broomstick, myth or misconception. Every era has its own interpretation, and it's a lot of smoke to be without a fire. In our own effort over these many years, the Monroe Institute Research projects have taken it the hard way. We have not used drugs or anesthesia or any other body-invasive techniques. Yet we have been able to induce and train subjects to achieve OBs in a constant and objective manner. It doesn't take place overnight. Some learn the process in a month. Others have taken several years. Also, we have taught many spontaneous OBers to learn conscious control. Later in this program, we'll give you a demonstration of some of the techniques that we use. It won't get you out of your body, but you may get the feel of being different. You'll need stereo headphones to do this, so have a set ready if you want to try it out. We've learned much from the testing and experimentation we've done. Now we take the position that everyone moves out of their body during delta or deep sleep. The fact that you don't remember it, except possibly as dreaming, is perhaps no more than a rejection or censorship by your belief system. In the beginning of out-of-body activity, you retain the form of your physical body, head, shoulders, chest, arms, legs, and so on. If you have any internal actions such as replicated blood flow and heart, I've never been aware of it. However, again, in my own history, the more one becomes familiar with and uses this other state of being, you become less and less humanoid in form and shape. It's sort of like a gelatin taken out of a mold. For a while, it retains the shape of the mold. Then as it warms up, it becomes soft around the edges. And finally, it becomes a liquid or a glob, or, say, a more convenient form, such as a teardrop, which is my favorite. Of course, you can reconstitute yourself back into your physical human shape just by thinking about it. This second body is extremely plastic. You can make it into any shape you want. You can stretch it like an incredible rubber band. Release it, it'll snap back into a central mass. So you have a tendency to fold up or melt arms and legs into the mass until you, say, need them. It's just like a jetliner does it with flaps and landing gear. You can always form new ones and do it in an instant if the need arises. However, it's important to remember that whatever the shape, you remain you. This second non-physical body seems to have little or no mass as we know it. In a completely physical environment, gravity does have a slight and perceivable effect on it. Also, there seems to be some relationship to electrical fields as it is attracted to them. On the other hand, physical matter such as chairs or a steel wall is much like a cloud you can pass through easily. And if you do so slowly enough, you can actually feel and identify the texture of the material as you go. Finally, as to where you go and what you do, there seems to be no limitation. If there is, we haven't found it. In an out-of-body state, you are no longer bound by time and space. You're not part of it. Your normal, non-physical state is another reality system. Thus you feel you're just a temporary visitor working your way through a dull gray cloud. And it's much more fun and clean to be up in the sunlight. You have a great sense of freedom, yet you're not. You're like a balloon or a kite on a tether. At the other end of the cord is your physical body. How do you learn to go out of your body? At this point, I cannot tell you of a quick, instant way to willfully achieve the out-of-body state. Well, I can, but they're too permanent. I'm sure you can too, such as driving your car over a 1,000-foot cliff. But you're not ready for that, I'm sure. However, there are methods and techniques to slowly and carefully learn the out-of-body process and how to control it. I'm sure those we've developed are but a few of many. We do know it takes time and effort, a commitment on the part of the individual just as rigid and consistent as that required by any other major human endeavor. The greatest problem lies in the adjustment in your personal belief system and your fear barriers. Getting past these is no easy matter. Any other major human endeavor. The greatest problem lies in the adjustment in your personal belief system and your fear barriers.
All right. On that note, I'm gonna I'm gonna want Jill Miller-Simonin unmuted, because what we're gonna do, or what I'd like to do, is talk to you a little bit about the states of consciousness in which does play a big key role in knowing or waking up to this state of mind. The states of consciousness in which the body goes through is a big deal. It also plays a big role as to what happens to you at night. And whenever the body goes to sleep, you got to remember, okay, how the how to, okay, or what is astral projection? We already went over that. Can you do it? You absolutely can do it. We do it every day. We do this every night. The thing is we don't remember that we do it. And it does take practice in knowing or remembering to be aware that you're doing this. Now, how to do it? We'll touch on how to do it as soon as Jill comes unmuted. Jill, because you wanted part of this, I'm going to bring you into this. Unmute yourself, Jill. How to do it? Maybe, possibly. And there's also a question that Miss Lori in chat asked. She said, she says, how do you get back to your body if you have a way out? And it's not time to leave the world and the afterlife. Well, if you heard this already, Robert Monroe also touched on the silver cord. Okay, first of all, let's get this out of the way. You are not going to not return to your body unless your body is physically unable to house you as a core self. Okay, that is absolutely true. You can research everywhere and anywhere about the silver cord and the astral body, because they are absolutely connected by the silver cord. The biblical texts all over the globe speak about this. Okay, so the fundamental principle of not worrying to try to experience an NDE or a near-death experience, whatever you want to call it, near-death experience, out-of-body experience, astral projection. What you're doing, what you literally are doing, is consciously becoming aware, okay, of your astral, your non-physical being, to the point of creating that body, becoming aware of it, because it vibrates. It has got its own vibrational frequency, as well as that's what you are. You are a vibrational mental, physical creation. So on that note, Jill, oh, Miss Lori's got another question. How do you know if you're actually projected? You'll know because, again, you'll come into you'll come into the senses of knowing. You'll come into the senses of feeling, touching, experiencing. That's how you'll know. Whenever you can consciously, we'll talk a little bit at the very end of this segment. I'll walk you through what I call going into the golden light. Okay. It is a meditation that I created a while back for a client / friend of mine. I put it on YouTube, and I haven't really actually shared it with a lot of people, but I'll again, it takes headphones, it takes concentration, and you've got to be in a relaxed state of mind. And what it is you tune into out of a hemisync binaural beat that helps your mind come into focus, okay, and allows you to help you become aware of your non-physical self. That is what's the key, is you've got to become aware of you, because you are not your physical being. Okay, we already went over this. Whenever you ask or say your name in your head, okay, a lot of people get this confused, and a lot of people are like, well, this is just me. No, well, who is me? Because there is an isness to the me behind the vibrational frequency of my name. Okay, that's what we're tapping into, and that's what we're talking about. So knowing that, Jill, if you can unmute yourself and help explain the different states of consciousness, because that, again, that plays a role in where we're at and the level of awareness of the body. Because awareness of the body doesn't really take place until you get far down into what's known as the alpha state. So a good friend of mine, her name is Jill Simone, and I want her to talk to you about, she's also a clinical hypnotherapist. I'll let her explain to her what she does, who she is. It won't let me unmute. Can someone unmute Jill, please? That way she can participate into what is going on. Patrick, come back, Patrick. Unmute Jill, please. But anyway, Jill, again, she is a clinical hypnotherapist. She is a good friend of mine. She runs the Mystic Zone along with, I'm a participant in the Mystic Zone. Julie, are you there? Hello, unmute yourself. Hello. No, that would be Gordy.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Gordon. I'm trying to get Jill to unmute herself, but I can't seem to get her to.
Jill has to take her device or her computer, whatever it is, and tap the screen, and then you have 3 buttons at the bottom. And on the left-hand side is a microphone button. Tap that to unmute yourself.
And Lori says, no audio. Where did you go? Well, I assure you, Lori, we're speaking loudly and clearly.
Okay,
where I went, I'm not quite sure.
Is she on a device? On a handheld?
And Lori says, yeah, well, I'm trying to get Lori, we're speaking loudly. Trying to, I'm not quite sure.
Is she on a device?
I'm trying to tell her to tap the mic. Yeah, well, I'm trying to get, tap the mic on your screen, Jill. There you go.
It also says she has a headset on. Oh, is she there?
I'm not quite sure. Okay, I want to get, let's see. Lori says no sound. Where did you go? Okay, Crystal says, so is that what we do when we dream every night?
I think she's cutting in.
Okay, she is. She's trying. Crystal, I'm reading your comment here. So is that what we do when we dream every night? We are astral projecting, visiting different realms. Yes and no. Okay. Yes and no. Hi, Nana. Welcome to the chat. Jill, Crystal, we'll touch on this as soon as Jill comes back in and we get things going. Jill, are you with me? Unmute yourself, Jill. You had it for a second. Okay. Comes back in and Jill, okay. Anyway, long story short, we'll just go to Crystal. Okay. So is that what we do when we dream every night? And is this astral projection visiting different realms? Yes and no. Okay. I'm saying yes and no because unless you become aware, okay, which sometimes translates into lucid dreaming. Okay, there is a difference between lucid dreaming and astral projection. Okay, when you become aware that you are AP or astral projecting, you literally will be up all night long, let's just say participating in a reality experience, okay? And you will wake up in the morning just as tired or sometimes even more exhausted than you did when you woke up or you went to bed. The waking state will become more exhausting than the state you were in when you went to bed, okay? So do you participate in other realities when you're dreaming? You do. But becoming aware that you do, okay, is very different than lucidity and astral projection. Astral projection is knowing the destination, okay, participating in the destination, and creating it, okay? When we talk about lucid dreaming, or even Robert Monroe talks about lucid dreaming in his book, Journeys Out of the Body. The big difference, okay, again, is your state of awareness within the experience. Okay, we all, even Gordon, you're unmuted. Okay, yeah. Tell me you've not ever not had an experience where you went to bed, right? You went to bed and next thing you know, you wake up in the middle of the night, or you wake up in the morning, and you were more tired when you woke up than you were when you went to bed.
It depends too, because I've gone to sleep at some points where I've done self-hypnosis, and I'm pretty sure my conscious has been awake all night, but my body's dead to sleep, and I woke up way more energized. Then other times, I think I've had visits by, I don't know what, but I've woken up just drug ready, out and tired.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, see, that is interacting with another dimension, like Crystal, like Crystal had asked. She's like, is that a completely different realm? Absolutely. It is a different realm. It is a different experience. The mind itself does not know the difference between dream state.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't. I never realized that until you mentioned that now. And you're absolutely right. It doesn't. It's that's the DMT going into your brain from your pineal gland. It's taking you places.
Okay.
It's a real thing, I think. Right? It doesn't. I never realized.
Well, yes. It absolutely is. Gordon, you mentioned dimethyltryptamine or DMT.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a substance way to introduce the out of body experience, but we won't talk about that at the moment. Okay.
You can do the same thing with vibration, right? And with
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can talk about that because that is exactly what happens when the body goes. See, here's the thing: astral projection needs to happen when the mind is awake and alert. Okay, and the body becomes asleep.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. No, I get what you're saying. No, absolutely, you're right.
It is becoming aware of you being on. This is scary. Okay, to a lot of people, this is very scary because it's becoming aware that your body is in a paralysis state. Paralysis meaning non-mobile. Okay, paralysis meaning non-movable. Because when the body shuts down at night, okay, it produces a state within the body so that it doesn't act out your dream or act out your realism within your state of consciousness. So what happens with the state of consciousness becoming aware is exactly one of three things: an out-of-body experience, an astral projection, or a lucid dream. Okay, all those are states of consciousness in amongst them own selves. Okay, now we can touch on. I wish to God Jill could unmute her mic, and we'll talk.
She's having mic issues right now. So unplug the mic and then try and just use the speakerphone on the device.
Okay. Now we can touch on.
Okay, I'm typing right now. You keep talking.
That's fine. Becoming aware of the conscious state in which you're in is very, very, very difficult. Okay, it takes weeks, it takes months, and sometimes takes years and years and years of meditation practice. Crystal, I'm gonna get to you. She says I haven't had lucid dreaming since a child. Hun, that's only because you're growing up into the world, okay, and the reality, because reality has a conformity, okay, and we need to understand that reality is a projection. Reality is an experience in amongst its own self. Okay, going back to a master teacher's teaching, and I don't want to touch on religion, but I will. Christ, as everyone knows, says, be of the world, or be in the world, but not of it. Okay? Be of something different. So what he's telling you is be aware of what you are, okay? And know that you are projecting from inside outside. So you are a non-physical being projecting a physical reality is the totality of what you are. So that alone, and that alone is a major truth. Okay, and that is learning to go out into the world, go out into the system, bringing your dream state, your astral state, your being, the core being you are, into something and creating with it. That is what we call playing with the clay. Okay, you are a creator. That is what you are. You are a non-physical being. And when you realize and wake up to the non-physical you can walk out into your day and say, How do I create my day? Let's create my day now. Today I'm going to do this and I'm going to experience this. Because what we do experience in our daily life, in our daily belief, is exactly what we believe. We believe what we'll experience, and we'll experience what we believe.
Yeah, it makes perfect logical sense, but people don't see it that way, right?
Well, it happens. I mean, that's just the way it happens. We get tied up, and we get tied up into daily activity because we just don't realize. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Lori.
But people don't see that.
Let me read some more comments here. Miss Chrissy says, I make myself look at my hands in my dreams, making me know that I'm the one that's driving. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect way to say, am I awake or...
Oh, who's that?
I don't know. Am I awake or am I dreaming? Okay, that is a perfect way to realize whether you are or you're not aware and awake and alert. Okay, Christy says, excuse me. Lori, let's go to Lori for a minute. I would love to share this with other people. I can only talk to two people that have experienced this. My sister didn't leave her bed, but I woke up with 30 feet. Tell you what, okay, a lot of what we're talking about is very, very, very controversial, and a lot of people, whenever you talk about things like this, if they're not on the same vibrational frequency as you, they're not going to understand what you're saying. They're just simply not. Okay?
No,
this is what...
Yeah, absolutely. Right. People are so used to growing up in the technocratic and psychological world and being indoctrinated that where even our eyes are full of falsities, like lies and what have you. And we have to start learning learning to see with our being, with all of us, instead of just those eyes that have those false memories and shit, right?
Yep.
That's the veil, bro.
Yeah.
Oh God, Nikki.
You're just kind of whatever you believe when you're raised is kind of what you're gonna see. You know what I mean?
Well, exactly.
It's what you be. Say that again, because what you said is key. What you said is
whatever you believe is what you're gonna see. That's your reality, you know.
What you believe is what you're going to see. It's called perception.
Like I could, it works in like little ways too, dude. Like I've seen relationships where like nothing bad is happening, but then the other person just like assumes this other person's doing shit, and like stuff manifests, dude. Like bad shit manifests in the relationship.
Oh, manifestation is a very real thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you not become aware, Nick? When we let's talk about for a second. Whenever we're talking about becoming aware of being aware. Okay, that's when you've got total. Okay, there's a difference because we talked about this one. I don't. You came in late. There's 3 states. There's 3 states. Main 3. Actually, there is 4. 4 main states to the mind, body, spirit complex, and that is mind, body, spirit. But on top of that, there are different levels of awareness. There is the awareness of dreaming, there's the awareness of lucidity, there's awareness of being out and projecting, and there's awareness of just being along for the ride. Okay?
Yeah, just being.
Just being. Because just being is primarily a lot of how many here within not only chat.
Dude, that's hard to do, to just be, like to just live. Most people can't even do that nowadays.
But they need to wake up.
They live like someone else's shoes. Dude, that's hard to do.
True. I agree. Totally agree. But see, here's the thing. Nikki, you wouldn't, again, you know this as well as I do, and same way with you, Gordy. You know this as well as I do, and everyone hearing us and participating. You're ready for this. You're obviously ready for what's going on, or you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be listening to me. You wouldn't be hearing what we're saying because you're ready for this. It's
Absolutely.
becoming aware of what
you're talking. I'm listening.
You're obviously ready
for that.
Bro, I love you. I really do. When you're ready for this, you're going to open to it because this is what you're here for. You're here to create. You are a creator. You create your day every day. Every day you create. That's what you are.
Yeah, you're your own God. Like that is God. You create your own universe. You know what I mean?
You are a creator.
Co-creators.
You create your day
every
day. Jennifer says, I have seen my light body trying to leave the physical body, but have not been able to completely come out yet. All of this happened without me trying or knowing what I'm doing. It happens like that. Sometime, I'm going to tell you something now. Jennifer, what happened when you just said, what happened when you said what you said is you become aware, okay, that you need to wake up. And what's happening is you're listening now. You're tuning in now. In other words, as you're ready at the moment, okay, to take life further. It's waking up further, embracing reality and your creativeness further. It's waking up to what you are, and what you are is a manifestation powerhouse. You literally create what you see. Now, what we need to do on a collective, sexy ass powerhouse. What we need to do on a collective level is take this to a mass level, because what happens when we become collective and aware is it will be like a snowball, a rolling snowball with the momentum of a freight train out of control. If you don't like the way the world is, this is it, baby. Jump on the train, because we are going to run you over. We know who we are. We know who we are. We are a collective evolution of souls waking up to what we are. Astral projection is just one step of waking up and knowing what you are.
We have to remember. We have to stand back up and into remembering. And we've forgotten how powerful we really are, especially as a collective. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Crystal goes choo-choo. Absolutely. We need to raise our vibration, Christy says, and she's right. She's
it's all about resonance, right, man. Look at that. What the Earth used to vibrate at, just under 8 megahertz. Now it's at like what, 35 plus. Like the resonance of the planet is actually growing like exponentially now. It's just
population's growing, you know.
Well, you gotta remember, okay? I mean, we are being bombarded. We are trying to actually grasp astral projection and becoming aware of self is, no offense, okay? I have been doing this for years. My wife, I'd love to be able to have her come on and talk about her following me around the house in my astral form, and then looking at me looking at her, and then disappearing. But what happens is we are being bombarded by multi levels of Wi-Fi and cell phones and the new 5G technology. Okay, all of this is for a reason. Okay, literally, I mean, I know a lot of people come against me when I say the system is not really your enemy. I know. Hang on, don't chew me out for that one. Seriously. Okay. But what I'm saying is the system here, okay, there is nothing more than you. Within your dream state, there is nothing more than you. You are that is it. You are. I'm aware of me. And when we really wake up to what we are, the manifestation powerhouse in you becomes alive. It wakes up. That's what you are.
Nikki, while you're hitting the bong, man, you should probably mute that.
Oh,
sorry,
shit.
Yeah. Let's not forget the new button.
Chrissy, I'm gonna tell you now.
I was just pouring a glass of water.
Anybody is able to unmute your mic. Anybody is able to unmute your mic. I'd love to get Jill. There's also some other people on the panel. And share with us your dream state experience, and be, because I mean it's important. It's important to you as a person and as growth, because it just is. That's where you're at. Wherever you're at and hearing me, I'm telling you, Gordy, same way, bro. I've been with you for a long time. I've listened to you. You've listened to me. And it's just the way it is. We are here to help one another. And if astral projection is my way of teaching you to become aware of you, then that's fine. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, that's word experiences. I've been practicing. Like I've been doing like self hypnosis and stuff, and I've been searching for like, I guess maybe call it a spirit guide or something, and I've had some very strange and sometimes off-putting experiences where I've been actually visited by something that I don't ever want to come into contact with ever again. And then other times I've had visits from, or communication with something that I believe is always there, but I can't really describe it. I don't know if it's a person or it's just an energy, but I'd have to probably tell you in person because it's really strange.
Jacqueline,
last time
Nikki,
go ahead.
You've got people probably wanting to get to your altered state of consciousness. But anyway, Chrissy's like laughing at you, okay? And Jacqueline says that we are love. We that is our focus. That is our, and she's right.
Yeah, it's the only true thing we were born with, man. All we were born with is intrinsic love. We were an empty little vessel besides having that love.
Love is the only real emotion.
Yeah, it is. Everything else is all comes about by thought, like anger and jealousy and hatred. That's
superficial, and it's a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anger and all that shit's a choice. But love isn't. You just love, like, naturally. You don't choose it.
That's what makes the human beings in this universe, like the human species, so powerful. It's just the fact that there's a lot of other entities and beings that don't share what we have, and that's love. And they don't interfere with us because they're not allowed to. They can't. It's against the rules. That's what I think. We're the most powerful things in this universe, and we have to stand back. And they don't interfere with us because they're not allowed to. They can't. And what we're capable of. It's all about love. That's why.
So on what we've already said, Gordy, Nikki, I'm gonna ask you and our listening audience, okay, what do you as a being believe, okay, what do you believe astral projection is? What is it? I ask you. You the teacher, I'm the student. What is astral projection? Because that's one of our main questions on our topic. What is it?
Well, I don't have a lot of experience with it, but I think it's me. I'm just leaving this body I inhabit is just a physical attachment to this plane of existence here, and it's not the only place where I exist. And it gives me a chance to go out and see where I'm from and what I'm capable of, and go back to the shiny darkness before there was vibration, and see where the information. It's not the only place where I exist, and it gives me a chance to go.
Nikki?
Yeah, the only experience I've ever had with that is like only when I've like blasted off, like actually blasted off on DMT, not just done like a little bit. But it's kind of the same thing, but within my own consciousness. Like, I've had experiences where, like, I fully die, and then I'm either talking to myself or, like, weird entities and shit, but it feels kind of like what astral projection would be, because it's so real. You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of, like, deep inside yourself, but that's, like, your own universe. But I don't really have experience in, like, real astral projection, unless that's real. Who knows, dude? It's so real. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you mean? Is it real? What I mean? All right. Well, let me further that question, Nick. Let's dive deeper. What is real?
I don't know. Like, I know that. How do you? Inside my own consciousness, it's real, but. Yeah, I don't know where the line's drawn. If like, because I've heard people say theories like friends and stuff that also messed around with DMT for a while that like fully believe that that's actually reality and like this isn't. And like when you die, like that huge release of DMT like brings you to that like space. Like your consciousness doesn't die. You kind of go inside your consciousness on a DMT trip, and that's like where you end up.
Oh yeah, you're kicking down dimensional doors like crazy on DMT. I've done it a few times.
Yeah, for real.
And over the next like 3, 4, 5, 6 months, downloading information and having questions answered that I shouldn't have the answer for. Just it's an information download, and it's crazy. It's mind-boggling. And you try to talk to people, and they're like, "You're fucking crazy." It's like, no, I'm not, man. You got to try this.
No, it's not a fun party. Yeah,
it's a smart drug.
No, it's not for fun at all.
You come back smarter eventually. The first thing, my first trip, it made me meet myself, and it was scary. It was the scariest thing I ever done, and at the same time, it was fucking amazing thing. It was crazy.
Well, here's what.
Yeah, I used to smoke way too much Deems, but I kept wanting to get to that fucking spot every time I would blast off for like a good couple years, dude. Like, every time I would blast off on DMT, I would learn a bunch of shit about myself, and like it would change my whole perspective on reality, and like I kept wanting to go back there, but like I could only get so far like into it before you get sucked right back out. It's like you never get the questions answered, you know?
See, what you are describing is it is literally for. Here's the difference. When you have got to force feed the body the experience versus awakening the mind, okay? It literally is taking the substance of what you produce on a non-physical level, and you are just primarily saying, this is what I want to experience, and I'm going to experience it now. I want to experience a consciousness shift now. And you smoke weed. I'm going to experience a consciousness shift now. And I smoke dimethyltryptamine. Okay? When you experience or you ingest substance, you literally are shocking your own consciousness into what you are. Okay? And what you are, I'm being honest, and what you are is that non-physical expression of the total self that you are. The physical body, bro, can only take so much of what you totally are. I'm being honest. And what you are, okay? Because as consciousness evolves, the body itself will evolve. Believe me, when humanity is evolving, we're not evolving as a species because we already know. Science has proven this. We are killing our natural habitat. We aren't evolving anything. We are killing this planet. Okay? But what's happening in the process of you killing Gaia is you are evolving as a consciousness. Honest to God, you are waking up to what you are, who you are, and why. So what this makes sense in the process is you as a being need to become aware that you are killing the planet, but yet the planet supports your own growth. You are her and she is you. There is no separation. Now Jill's screaming. I need you to Jill. There's the
I just got to turn off the other thing.
The states of
Jill's here twice.
The states of consciousness, Jill, in which we need to tune and tap into to reach astral projection is the alpha state. Okay. That is the bottom of the barrel, low vibrational, yet high vibrational awareness of self. Can you? I understand. I mean, I'm also a hypnotherapist, meditation teacher, but I want you because you really got a way of sharing this.
I've understood what you said there. What you just said made perfect sense. I wanted to make sure I said this before we went off to somebody else here. It makes complete logical sense. I never thought of it that way before, the way you said it, Matthew. But with the Earth and us and together, the Earth is going to be fine with us or without us. And I think that if we want to help the Earth, the very first thing we have to do is fix us. And that comes down to meditation and teaching our kids that and making us better first. We have to. Otherwise, it's all doomed. And I think that if we want to help the Earth,
she's going to evolve. I'm going to be honest. I hate to say this, okay? I hate to say this, but she will. Okay, I dislike to say this, but she will be all right with or without this specific experience. You'll be back. There's no doubt in my mind.
Until my job is done, until I'm done teaching, I'm going to keep coming back over and over and over again.
We'll be all right. You'll be back. Yeah. It is literally waking up to the states of consciousness and awareness of what you are as a total totality that brings the whole world as a collective together. The understanding that we are one being. There is nothing really that separates us other than our own selves. Okay? Ego is a... we can. My God, welcome to the show, Jill.
I had to go get my laptop and then wait for it to start up and then
I can
find
hear
my
you.
way back in.
Loud and clear. Welcome.
Great.
Nice to
I
meet
am
you.
on a headset, and I want to say hi to everybody, and sorry for such a delay. I never figured my tablet would be such a pain in the rear end.
Welcome.
Great.
Jill,
Anyway,
I've been walking these guys through what is astral projection, how to kind of become aware of it, but you can help me. You can help. You can. You tuned in a perfect day. You can help me to explain to to our audience as to how to become aware of these different states of consciousness. Okay, because of what you are.
well,
You're
at first, it's going to seem like somebody else is doing it, not you.
Right.
You first have your very first experience. I swear to God, I thought somebody else literally picked me up, pulled me down the hallway, and spun me around because I lost control. I was weightless. It scared the crap out of me. That was my first out-of-body experience. I immediately screamed stop, and I slammed back in my body at that point. But that's because it scared me. Then I realized I had had an out-of-body experience. Now this is like 25, 30 years ago. About 25 years ago. I'm not that old. Then again, I used to have out-of-body experiences all the time as a child, and I didn't really know what it was. I would be interrupted when the teacher would slam books down onto my desk, and here I was outside, literally touching and playing with birds on the plane. While I was in that state, no longer in my body, the birds were not afraid of me. It was like I was in just a different realm, and I didn't need this physicalness. You can still see colors, you can still read, you can still do everything that you can because your consciousness is still with you. It's not your subconscious, it's your conscience. So keeping your conscience while in a state of relaxation allows you to explore absolutely everything. Of course, I've put my hand through a wall before while I was conscious as well, walking around, and I was in a state, to be honest, if you really want to experience some wacky stuff, stay awake for about 4 days in a row. You will live your life walking out of body.
Julie, Jacqueline and Chrissy says hello to you.
Hello.
They're among the listening audience. Would you do me a favor, because I don't want to take up the entire, I don't want to just become the full mouthpiece here, okay? Even though, believe me, I'm full of a lot of hot air. I talk. This is
Good at it though. You're so good at it.
Yeah.
And
But your voice makes me hard, dude.
Oh God, Nikki.
TMI.
Would you and me both being?
Sorry, I'm operating on a really high level of consciousness.
Absolutely, he is. Yes, he is. But see, here's the thing, okay? Me being who I am, I could scare the holy hell out of you, but I won't do that because I love you. So what I am going to do, I want to, Jill, I want you you and me both being hypnotherapists, me being a teacher, you being a teacher, and everyone else being a teacher. I want you, though, because you are a mentor of mine on the hypnotherapy level, please walk us through different states of consciousness, okay, and vibrational frequencies and awareness of the mind. Because when you reach the bottom,
Are you talking like brainwave wise, like delta, alpha, where you want to be?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
well, while you're in delta, your brain is not going to allow you to do anything but pretty much sleep. While you're in theta is the next stage up. You're partially sleeping, you're partially awake. That is the absolute stage at which you want to experience your out of body. Once you go into alpha, we basically live in alpha. You're totally awake. It is possible to have an out-of-body experience in this stage as long as it's low. And then when you're in beta, you're mad, you're arguing, you cannot do this in beta. You want to pretty much stay as high in theta and as low in alpha as possible. And listening to some meditations that help you in frequency of C plus or the Earth's frequency as well. And also there's another harmony. Do you remember the two frequencies? One was C plus.
C plus.
Yeah, one was the C plus, the other one, do you remember those? Oh my gosh, I need my notes.
Like a miracle tone or what?
It's a tone that helps put you into a beautiful meditation where your consciousness, if you can tweak a recording where one side is slightly in that perfect C plus and I'm going to say, what is it, 520 megahertz, and the other side is just slightly
440.
440?
No. 440 is what your music's played to at you on the radio, and it doesn't sound as good as when it's played at 432, because 432 megahertz resonates with your body, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
You are exactly
So
right. That is
we are
correct.
talking about hertz here. So if you have one just slightly off than the other, it forces the two sides of your brain to separate. At that point, you can let go of your body, and it lets you completely leave, but you can't have fear at all.
I think you're talking about like 432 megahertz, and you got your miracle tone is what's 528 hertz is what it is.
Right. Yeah, I said 520 is the
528, yeah.
Can't have fear at all. I don't have my notes with me, so I know it's up there in the 520 range, so you're probably correct. And if you had...
That's when you listen to music, man, the best thing to do is listen to records, because that's completely analog, and it sounds perfect. And that's why classical music is so wonderful.
Right. When they transfer it to digital, they cut out the frequencies at the high and low range so they can fit more on a disc.
Yeah, and it fools your brain to think it's getting the same thing it wants, but it doesn't get it, right? And so your body actually suffers for it. Yeah.
You don't have the feeling. You need high emotion to do this. Emotion is a key, and especially when it's love. You add the love of the feeling, and I'm telling you, you will stay in that state longer, the more emotion, and use all of your senses. You want to use your senses with sight, sound, hearing. You want to take that brain through the height of the emotion with all the love of absolutely all the senses. And that will take your fear away. It will be more pleasant, and you will enjoy a much better experience.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where they start mixing like solfeggio and Fibonacci tones and numbers in with the music, right? So they
absolutely better experience. I have to agree with that 100%. But you can't do it much without meditation. But you can achieve it in dream. And I recommend most of your dreams, if you want to go out of body, to be after you have had at least 6 hours. You'll reach this in the 8th, 9th hour. If you've had a good night's sleep, you're going to have lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is basically out of body.
Oh, okay. All right.
When you can control it, man, now the sky's the limit.
I used to get to the point where it was transversal, where I could ask questions or do what I want or seek things, right?
And it ends up being honest and true.
Absolutely.
It ends up, that's how a lot of people predict. That's how the Singer sewing machine was dreamed into. Somebody dreamt it, and, well, the guy with the last name of Singer.
Funny, ironic, eh?
he dreamed about that, and he woke up and he goes, my God, it works. And I used to dream about things, and I would wake up and do them, and it would be remarkable.
There's so much about the old world that was remarkable that we've forgotten. Even like look at Vivaldi and Bach. I mean, concertos were written that started as it began and began as it started. Right? And no one understands how this autistic person did this, but they used to go into grand halls that were set with columns because it was made up because of resonance. It was an analog system is what it was. These churches were, and they had these great instruments built, and they can't copy the sound they did today. And how they tuned these was just by walking around there and dropping the sticks and just doing it by ear. And the old classical world, the music it's amazing, absolutely unreal. When it's done right and it's heard properly in an analog setting, it'll make you cry. It'll move you right outside yourself.
I do cry when I hear great singing or great songs. I bawl my butt off. I do. I just start bawling, and people look at me like, "What?" I says, "No, I'm really listening."
And it's not like today's music. It's not about the beginning. It's not about that big crashing ending. It's about the whole song, the whole dance, the whole music. It's the whole thing. It's the
You'll
whole
get
journey.
goosebumps. You'll have a total emotional experience. And it's love. That music was made with love.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad you're here right now.
Thank you.
I'm glad I met Matthew too, because I've said so many things I've never said to anyone before because I always thought I was nuts.
Oh no. When you're a kid and you're in a classroom but you're not there, you're outside playing on the playground, petting birds.
I wrote a blog about that, about being a kid. Like I had dozens of happy times a day, every day. And I was an adult. Sometimes I'm lucky if I can remember having one single really happy, not worrisome time moment in that day. Right?
Yeah.
I learned that I want to be a kid again, like every day, and just not have to worry. I just love to play.
I just like to escape because I didn't have a very good childhood if I didn't leave my body and go on my own. It's that slap wake up and now I'm going to get a note because I didn't pay attention in class, and then I'm going to go home and get spanked. Yep. So, a kid that's brought up very, very strictly tends to become very spiritual really quick.
Right? Yeah, that makes total sense. You're right.
So,
guys, on that note, look, I mean, I know right now I want to take a break. And on top of all of it, that way everybody can go and do what they got to do. They can take a pee, they can grab a beer if they want, yada, yada, yada. And on top of all of it, that way everybody can go and...
Okay, so I guess that break is
all right.
Where did Matthew go? Is he still here? Oh my, did the aliens take him?
His mic, totally died.
His mic. I'm going to start calling him Mike, actually. Not Matthew.
It happens, man.
He must have really had to go because he's already gone.
So, are we streaming this live still, even though we're having a break?
Yep, we are still live.
We can still be live.
I want to watch, if we're going to social media and Facebook and stuff, I'm always on the troll hunt, so I want to keep an eye on the trolls. Are we streaming this live? Someone help me out here.
Yep, we are.
Yeah, I could have done that when I was on my tablet, but now that I'm on a PC, I'm on a laptop PC type thing, and it's very rare for me to pull this thing out. I just never assumed that my tablet would give me so much issues. I tried for that entire time I'm sitting here patting on everything.
Technology, man. It's so much easier to have a big fire and always get together face to face and sit around and hug and stuff and talk.
Yeah. Y'all have to live nearby. Is everybody here in this zero temperature zone?
Zero.
Yeah,
oh, you're lucky.
Y'all have to live nearby.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think we're all in that purple zone.
You know, it's funny. Like, I know you guys are talking about astral projection and stuff, but I think we're all in that purple. I have a friend of mine that is I'll remain nameless, but he experiences those astral projections quite often. And it's weird, but from what he describes about it, it's like it's like when he's really tired, or if he's really excited or under duress or something, and he imagines himself somewhere else, and all of a sudden he's there. Like he would say that he was there, like actually there. And I find that really interesting, and I think it's really cool that it's not, obviously there's a phenomenon that this happened with more than one person. So if that's the case, and obviously
well, it also can be trained, because our government has used very technique to spy on others, and it is documented. I have books galore, and many cases where they actually taught people how to do this and bring back info, and they said it was hit or miss, that they would get about 9 out of 10 times, but that 10th one would kind of shoot them down a little bit, but they were really happy with the 9.
Yeah. It's amazing that, how durable the human mind actually is, that not only can it be trained, but it can come naturally and all this other stuff. I mean, when you think the capacity and how beautiful that actually is, that a human mind can do that.
Well, I'm not so sure it's so totally connected to the human mind. I think it's connected to the human heart. The heart has a brain all in itself.
Sure. I'm generalizing it, maybe, or being a little bit too specific, maybe. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, being
I think
here
we
in
have
this
exterior help. I really do. I think we're connected to a higher realm, and we have access to that higher realm. And when we tap into that higher realm, some people haven't disconnected, and that's why they can do it so easily. They don't even know that they have not disconnected. That's what's really interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty it's pretty creative of the universe to give us the capacity to do that.
We're just this web.
How did a bunch of light, materialize in the billions of billions and billions and billions of molecules, in the billions of billions and billions and billions of stars, in the billions of billions and billions and billions of people, in the billions and billions and billions of semen, you came to be. And on top of that, you come equipped with not just everything you see, smell, touch, sense, but you have all these additional things that can bring you to, such a higher, timeless, and I'll be very specific when I say timeless, level.
Well, that is why somehow, some way, we are all connected to a higher realm. And I have to say, it has to be a different dimensional presences. Well, that is why somehow.
Yeah, well, it's gotta be, there's really no other explanation for it, because, I mean, if it was just one person that this happened to, then obviously it wouldn't be a thing, but there's quite a few people, and if you look at it, like, do you think it's a part of the evolution of humanity that people are kind of ascending to this?
Well, I think they have nowhere else to
Or do you
think or
think it
go
was something that was
because of
just here all along, like it was something, just from the time we were, first human to now, do you think, it's becoming more evolved, or is it just something that's always been there?
I think that we're exposed to so much negative. People are becoming scared, and then the only way that they cannot be scared is turn spiritual. when they turn spiritual, they reconnect. When they reconnect, they learn a heck of a lot more, and then they become fearless. And then the only way that they cannot be scared is turn spiritual. I don't believe in death. I've died several times. I've returned like nothing happened. There was pain, but I don't believe in death. I just believe in change. It took going through hell to get to heaven, and heaven is where you want it to be. I don't believe in death.
Jilly.
Yeah.
Jill.
Yep.
Facebook just blasted me off to Never Never Land. So that's why I had to like reboot my phone and all that good stuff. But I don't know. At any rate, what you're talking about, okay, that state of blackness, wholeness, okay, we don't as a being remember. I mean, what I'm saying and how I meant that is, let's just take, for instance, surgery. How many people have had surgery and they went under, and they either have one of two experiences. They either, one, have complete lucidity, or two, they remember nothing. How many people have had surgery?
Well, I had surgery 2 days ago, and I remember nothing.
Okay, bingo. So you were one of those at the moment, that time you remember nothing. You went to sleep, body went to sleep, consciousness went into a state of completely unaware of being aware.
Correct,
okay?
Yes.
Now what happens with consciousness at that state? Let me ask you that, because I truly, at that moment, I'm questioning you.
Rest.
I mean, even though I teach this, I am asking you, what happens with the state of consciousness at that point?
Well, this question is explained very well in the book of, what is it, Billy Fingers? Remember that name? Well,
yeah, The Afterlife of Billy Fingers.
The Afterlife of Billy Fingers. He describes to his sister, who is still on Earth, and she thinks she's going crazy and has to prove that she's actually hearing her brother all this time, and he's dead to her, but he's still alive and giving her all kinds of signs and messages. But he says a lot that he will fade off and must rest. He's dead to her, but he's still alive. And then he comes back.
My question is, because of the way the way I astral project and the way I'm aware of my own self, I don't know if it's because I have just done it for years and have become aware. Because whenever I try to teach it, when I try to teach the meditation and going into the light and the wholeness and what we are, and then becoming aware, because I know I do this. It's hard to try to explain or express to people that you literally can become aware of being non-aware. It's very hard to express that, but it's possible. It's very possible.
Yes, but it's also possible to enjoy just relaxing and resting and saying, I don't want to be aware of absolutely anything right now.
It's very possible.
Yes, but it's also
Lori has got a question for you, Jill, or a statement.
Okay.
Lori in chat says, on the lucid dream part, sorry I was talking with what you were saying. What? Sorry I was talking with what you were saying. Jill, you are a NDE ... There is a way that... Is there a way that you can talk to a client of mine? She is writing a book. She has experienced people that have had near-death experiences. That's what Lori had said.
Yeah, I would be willing to talk to somebody who's writing a book. I've had multiple near-death experiences, and some of them were very trippy, and some of them nothing. Like when my spleen ruptured, I was pretty damn sure I was dead because I don't remember anything after I went out. But yet, when I was in a car accident and knocked unconscious, and it was very, very bad. I mean, you don't crash into trees at 117 miles per hour and live. Yet, I did. But I remember floating in clouds, I still had consciousness while my body was out. At 117 miles per hour. So it was really trippy. I was injured only near my heart, but I walked away. The driver themselves, they didn't get so lucky, but I seriously believe I was saved by divine intervention.
Yeah, it wasn't your time. Luck had nothing to do with it. You're supposed to stay here still.
Yes, and that's happened to me 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
I am not meant to be gone yet.
Hey, I might change my statement about luck.
Yeah, because I haven't been lucky. I live a very, very hard, painful life, but I still consider myself very, very lucky. And I love knowing what I know, and I love when I'm helping other people and I have clients and I teach them how to increase their psychic ability, and I answer their questions before they ask, and I see their auras and can tell them their problems without them telling me. It's kind of really awesomely weird.
Jilly, Lori wants. She's like, can you give me your Facebook information? And what I'll do from there is share our website with her. Okay, that way she can get in touch with you or I, one or the other. It doesn't matter, I guess. Primarily, what we're trying to say is the NDE is still a real experience.
I don't care if you guys want my email. My email, you can contact me directly at mysticjilly@gmail.com, and that's Jillee for my name, Jilly. Everybody calls me Jilly.
I'm gonna go to our website and drop the.
My website might be down currently until I transfer it over to the Mystic Zone Market website, which I haven't got finished yet. I refused to pay for the one while I got the other, and I'm paying for that. I'm just building, so.
From here, anybody that wants to follow, what's crazy is the way I've got the show going at the moment is from here throughout just the page. Okay.
Yeah.
I will drop both my information, your information, and whoever's information that you guys would want into the chat, and you guys can go from there.
Oh yeah, because we'll be spamming this out there everywhere, especially after the next 3 days, because I'm gonna ban. I get back my social media back.
But guys,
you can also go to the Facebook website, which is the Mystic Zone.
Right.
I don't care how many people go to our page.
I'll spam it out when I can't. I can't right now because I'm on Facebook ban. So.
Like it if you can.
What's funny, but yet not, is because the system in which we're in as a non-physical consciousness, we are literally creating this experience. Okay,
absolutely.
Let's take this to a deeper level. We are expressing our own selves in this experience now. There is nothing beyond the now moment. When people try to say, well, I'm going to project the future, I'm going to make an event in the future, you're doing this now. We're expressing self-projection now.
Absolutely.
There's nothing beyond now.
I remember years ago on Coast to Coast AM, they had, this is like 2006 or 07, they had as many people as they can gather that listen to that show actually meditate together and make it rain in the desert. And it fucking rained.
Well, I wish it would warm up. So right now I am creating warmth outside.
You sound like me, Jill.
I love the Wish Ripper. I absolutely enjoy it. I love it. It's just, I play every day. I go out and I play every day. Me and the dogs. Just gone on adventures. I almost froze to death a couple weeks ago, but other than that, I had a good time. I love the Wish Ripper. I absolutely enjoy it.
I would like to be more out there, but Unfortunately, I really like my own little space, and
That's my saying with my vlogs. I always end it off in my vlogs. Go do stuff. Just get out there and go do stuff. Put the phone down, put down the computer, put away the apps, go do stuff. Go do something. Go boating, go fishing, go for a
oh, I
hike.
vote.
That's my saying with my vlogs. I always end it off
I
in my
vote.
vlogs.
It's
Go do
just too
stuff.
cold.
Put the phone down, put down the computer. Yeah,
Which
but
is
you can
temporary.
dress for the cold, but when it's like plus 43, you can't dress for that. You just got to take clothes off. And at some point, you run out of clothes to take off.
I got a pool.
My question to you, all of you, is: Are you able to sit back, literally just sit back and relax? Headphones on, sit back and relax.
Absolutely.
Are you able to do that?
Yeah, I do it every day. Every single day.
Sit back, literally just sit back and relax.
Well, you know I can.
I'm talking at the moment, Jill. I'm
Dude,
talking
I'm relaxed
this
right
very
now.
moment.
This is like the best moment of my whole day today. This is
Are
awesome.
you guys able to, at the moment, both all probably 50 to 70, I'm sorry, 80 viewers, are you able to just take a moment for yourself, sit back and experience what we're trying to share and show you? Are you able to do that? Headphones on, relax, nice and quiet to where you won't be bothered, because that is what we're gearing to do. That's what I would like you to do. I want you to experience what it is and the total wholeness that you are, because there's more to you than just what you see, more to you than what you experience on the physical day-to-day. I'm talking deeper than what you think that you are. I'm talking the know that you are, the golden essence that produces all that you see. Are you able to like just sit back, headphones on, tune everything else out, and just listen? Are you able to do that?
Yep.
The golden essence that you are.
Yes, sir.
I want you to do that. I want you to be able to just sit back for a second and take that moment and do that. Jill, do you have any more before I send these guys into a reality? Take that moment.
I can drop
Jill,
them if you want to go after me.
do you have any more?
You guys
can
want to
what?
go down using hypnosis, and then Matt can do the meditation? I can
By all
drop 'em
means.
if you want to go
So
Take 'em
cool.
there.
after me. All right. I want everybody to go ahead and sit down and relax. I want you to shake your shoulders a little bit and let them drop as you lean back into your chair, nice and cozy. All right. Make sure that you're not in a area where you could fall over or, you know, be perfectly safe. And I want you to go ahead and let yourself relax. Let that chair do its job, or the furniture that you are on. Let it do the work for you. I want you to allow your hands to totally relax. And as that wave of relaxation goes up and through your body, it's going to feel warm. It'll feel a little tingly. And if it doesn't, that's okay. It'll still feel very relaxing. And as this wave of relaxation goes up and around your shoulders, let your body become heavy. It is now becoming part of the furniture. As you are one, as you get heavier and heavier, you're going down, relaxing. This wave of relaxation goes down. Your head is just totally relaxed on your shoulders. Your shoulders have dropped. This wave of relaxation has now gone down through the ribs, down through the solar plexus, going on down through the stomach muscles, relaxing completely. Just let everything go. All the stress from today, yesterday, last week, last month, last year, last 10 years, let it go. Just let everything go. It's time to let go of anything at all that could make you not relax. Last 10 years, let it go. We're going to go even deeper, going down through the hips, through the thighs, through the knees, down through the calves and through the feet, letting yourself relax completely and deeply with every breath. Each breath you take, you go deeper and deeper. Now I want you to take a big deep breath and fill up your lungs. Hold it, and then do this a good 3 times. Now I want you to take a big deep breath and fill up your lungs. Now I want you to imagine you're at the top of a staircase. And when you have this in your mind, I want you to go ahead and just let yourself see or create this image. The stairway is very safe. It's well lit. There's handrails on both sides. It is your staircase. It is very safe. And as we go down, we go very deep, starting at 20 and 19, going down 18, 17, 16, 15, going down, starting at 20, getting very nice and relaxed, going down, feeling awesomely wonderful, 15, going down, and at 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and at 15, completely relaxed, 13, 7, 12, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Relax. Completely relaxed. 13, 7, 12, 6, 5. Now it's time to take your journey with Matt. 1 and 0. Relax. Completely relaxed. 7, 6, 5. Now it's time to take your journey with Matt. 1 and 0. Relax. And Matthew, you are allowed to talk. You can do that. And Matthew, you are allowed to talk. You can do that. The deeper you go, the more comfortable.
Just breathe easy. Calm yourself down. And I want you to become aware of your physical being. If you have got blankets on top of you, I wish for you to become aware of those blankets. Become aware of all that you are. Become aware of all that is around you. I wish for you to become aware. You can do this. Become aware of all that you are. I know that you can do this. And I know that you know you can do this. You can do this. You do this every night. You separate your physical you and the non-physical you every night. You're just not aware that you are doing it. You do this every night. You separate your physical you. I want you to allow every thought that crosses your mind to just ease by your eyes. And if you visual vision of the day passes by your eyes, allow it to just breeze on by. Don't even worry about it, because it's not having anything to do with the now moment. It is just you and the essence of you. Don't even worry about it, because it's not having anything to do. So relaxing your body further, I want you to become aware of your toes. Just allow yourself to feel the essence and the physicalness of your toes. So do that now. Shift your awareness to your toes. Just allow yourself to feel the essence and the physicalness of your toes. Do that now. Shift your awareness to your toes. Very good. Now I wish for you to take that awareness and move it even further up your body to your ankle and become more aware of your foot as you connect your toes to your ankle. Just move your foot around, become aware. Shift your consciousness mind and the physical mind to your foot. Move it around. There you go. Move your toes back and forth. Become aware of your awareness going to the tips of your toes and to your ankles. Allow it to become limber and relaxed. Allow it to become limber and relaxed. Allow it to become limber. Now move that consciousness and awareness of your being. I want you to move it further up your leg to your knees. Do you feel your knees? Feel your physical awareness now. Allow your knees to become limber and relaxed. Do you feel your knees? Just allow your knees to become limber and relaxed. If you notice, going from your toes to your ankles to your knees, as they become limber and relaxed, you have a sense of heaviness growing and a vibratory vibration feeling as you're becoming aware. These parts of your body becoming relaxed, growing limber, and heavy vibration. This is not you, because the you who's hearing me now is aware of these things. It is aware of these body parts which make up your physical you. They're becoming limber and relaxed. I want you to take your awareness now and move it even further up your body. As you feel that vibration, get even heavier and heavier. The vibration is going to grow intense and more intense as we get to the crown of your head. Just ease into that with me. Just allow your body to become limber and relaxed slowly. Do this slowly. Into your pelvis we are now. As the awareness which you have become grows heavier and heavier, you can almost feel your body sinking into whatever it is that you are relaxed upon. Allowing your body to become heavier and relaxed. Let's shift your awareness further and further up your body. As we count from 10 to 1, you'll become more and more relaxed and more limber and more aware. As we count 10 to 1, 10. We are going to shift your awareness now to your heart center. There's nothing to be afraid of. Literally nothing to be afraid of. Because everything that you are, everything that you feel, part of all that you make through that physical you, which really isn't you. It is just the essence of physicalness which you create. 9. Let's move your awareness now further up your body, into your jaw. Let your jaw relax. Let your jaw become limber and loose. Let's move your awareness now further. Don't grit your teeth. Don't clench your jaw. Just allow it to become limber and relaxed. 8. Take your tongue and move it to the very top of your mouth. The very top of your mouth. The very back of your teeth to the top of your mouth. Allow your tongue to relax. Just float in your mouth. Become aware of that. Become aware of the essence and physicalness of your tongue. top of your mouth, allow your tongue to relax. Very good. Very good. Become aware of the essence and the physical. Seven. Becoming aware of what's known as your third eye center. I want you to focus your attention just above your eyebrows, in the very center of your head. Shift your consciousness there now. What is consciousness? Think about that for just a moment. As we center ourselves in the seat of the soul, the essence, the visual you, in which you're becoming more aware of now. I want you to think, and I want you to see what you truly are in this central point. Do you see a light? You do, don't you? I want you to see what you truly are. You ever wondered what that light was when you close your eyes and gaze upon that black canvas? That black canvas, when you close your eyes at night, that light becomes ever so warming and inviting. That black canvas. 6. I want you to become more and more relaxed, more and more limber, and more of who you truly are. 6. I wish you could feel that warmth and that light. I wish you could feel that light growing. I want you to feel the light. I wish you could feel 6. You're going to shift your consciousness in between your third eye and to the crown of your head. This is the 7th chakra, in which Source has given you 7 senses. The 7 senses is the awareness, that in which you can perceive yourself through the divine eyes of all sources. That is the 7 senses is the awareness, that all that is dwells within this 7th chakra, the 7th point, which is the physical you, becoming one with all that is. This part of you is where the seat of the soul escapes the physical you to dwell within the all that is the divine essence of the all. To dwell within the all. There is no need to be afraid of the divine essence, because that loving light, that warmth, that energy, that all that is, has been a part of you since the very beginning. It has dwelled within you since the essence of your physicalness even experienced its first breath. It has always been. It has dwelled within you since the essence of your going further and further into relaxation now. Let's go back through your body. 6. Going further, becoming more aware of your third eye. Let's go back. Let your energy flow back through your body as it becomes more and more relaxed. 5. Going all the way back down to your pelvis. Let your energy flow all the way back down to your pelvis. I want you to notice that you feel a warm sensation moving from your crown to your pelvis. The very central point in which we know as your root chakra point. Allow that feeling to flood your body from head to very central point in which number 1 chakra. Number 1. Allow the number 1 flood your body from the head to very central. This is the divine essence that allows you to connect with all that is in the physical being, in which allows your physical essence to walk upon it. And that is that allows you to the physical you, known as Gaia. This is what grounds you to the physical reality that you are part of. The physical you, known as Gaia. This is what grounds you. Allow yourself to feel you becoming more and more in essence, more and more who you are. The feeling, the feeling, in essence. You are so loved by that light. So loved by that light. It has always been you. It has always been a part of you from the very beginning. So loved by that light. It has always been you. It has always been a part. Allow your body to become more relaxed with your awareness and your clarity. I wish for you to understand that you are part of the source. You have always been part of the source. And your clarity. Every night that you sleep, every night that you fall into that dream state, you have been able to do what you are doing right now. And that is feeling the essence of all that is becoming part of all that is. Feel it. Feel that becoming part of all that is. Feel it. Do you feel that? Feel it. That loving light. Do you feel that? When you become aware of that light, then you become aware now, as it becomes part of you, you can let go of that physical you. Become aware now. You can shake loose from the darkness of the canvas. You can let go into that light. Allow yourself to tunnel up and into that light. Feel that light. Allow yourself to feel that light and becoming part of you. Become that light. When you become aware of that light, that it is you, and you are it. There is no stopping you. You can do anything you wish to do. That it is you. Anything, and you are it. There is no stopping you. You can do anything. Allow yourself to just let loose. Let loose. Let go. Allow yourself to just let go. Let loose. Let go. Feel the warmth of source now. Feel source now. You are one. Feel the warmth
Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely amazing because of who we are, what we are. Absolutely wonderful. Every day we step into the knowing one's own self even further. Jill, I appreciate you so much for being with me tonight. I'm not kidding. I appreciate you. Every day we step into
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Anybody that wants to get a hold of you or get a hold of me, they know where. There's multiple links.
Thank you for having me.
It was a wonderful time. I mean, I enjoyed it. I want, if anything, I want everyone to know that what they do on a nightly basis, be it astral projection, lucid dreaming, experiencing their own self, that is a natural thing. Is it not? It is.
Very natural. We are unlimited.
Experiencing their own self. You want to talk anymore? Or does anybody have any questions? Anybody on the panel? You want to? Now's the time. Experiencing their own self. I know there was. Miss Lori says, "Wow," to the experience. You know, I dropped that full there. That the experience wasn't really done. The meditation that I started after Jill got you there where you needed to be, I kind of tuned in a little bit and was listening. The full meditation I dropped in the chat, so it's there. But again, Jill, do you have any way you can add so that our listening audience can tune in even more so, be on their own, beyond meditation, beyond any like binaural beats, anything like that? Can you give anybody any kind of help whatsoever to where they can do this on their own?
Well, I do create personalized CDs or personalized sessions. I don't have pre-recorded stuff for just everyone because I've always believed that everybody had their own unique ways and needed different approaches. Some people don't imagine and some people don't create, and you kind of can tailor it to each individual need, which is why I always, every time I made a recording, it was always personalized. But I could probably put together something that is generalized.
No, I mean now, right now. Not I mean we. Can we get them to know that they can take it from here on their own? I mean now, right now, from here.
All you have to do is believe and know. Once you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, things just go forward. Start watching out for those deja vus. Pay attention to hints. Here's how I know I'm on my right path. It'll be really weird. I'll be talking about something and I'll look over and either I'm on the radio or hear a radio or have a CD or something, and I'll hear the same exact thing of what I said, whether it be one word, two words, a phrase, and it's like, oh, did that just happen? And it's like, it's confirmation, it's deja vu. You just say something and all of a sudden somebody else says it exactly. Me and my husband do that all the time. We'll say the same thing at the exact same time, and we just look at each other with our jaws dropped like, it's pretty cool. That's having those little indications helps you know and pay attention. Start paying attention. That's a way. Stop and look at the beautiful things, even if it's a little dandelion.
What I always try to say, deja vu, is, and this goes back to me talking with Israel Kelly and a lot of other teachers like this, deja vu is running into your multiverse self. You've been here, done that, experiencing your own, you're experiencing again, okay, what it is that you've already come in contact with.
Yeah, you wrote
Is
your
knowing.
blueprint. You already know it. It's remembering it.
Right, right. Yeah.
We are here
Absolutely.
to experience, so why not experience the best we can? Experience everything.
We are here to
Let it soak
Totally
in.
agree.
So why not experience the best we can?
Sometimes, you know, I admit sometimes, well, I used to have it worse, but I get road rage. And one of my friends says, you know, you don't have to be in a hurry or upset that this person's going so slow in front of you. Because what if they happen to be one of your divine interventions, and had you gone fast, you could have been killed.
Because what if they happen to be one
And
To calm
it
me
further
down.
than that.
I said, oh, okay,
Right?
I'm supposed to go slow right now. So I learned how to chill and not be in a hurry. Don't be in a
Chill,
hurry.
Jill.
Yeah. Jill needed to chill, so she took a pill.
So I learned how to chill
Reg,
and not be in a hurry.
Gordon,
Don't be in a hurry.
Jill.
Yeah.
You guys,
Jill needed to chill.
it was an awesome time. Mini-Me, Patrick, Reg. Reg is away. I think Gordon, hell, I think Gordon may have, I don't know, fallen asleep. It was an awesome time.
I don't know who everybody is yet. So I'm just gonna learn as I go, but I plan on, you know, sticking around a little bit here and there when I can, and when I'm invited or needed, I'll be here.
Right. This panel changes every, probably I would say every week. This panel changes. There's a handful of different people that come and they go. They come and they go. You know, as we grow as a people and as a consciousness mind of the totality, we try to bring in different experiences. We talk about different things every week. And this week it was on my mind. It was on my heart and my mind primarily because of all of the questions related that was coming in. Because I mean, Jilly, I mean, I wish I could share. I could probably share a ton of people with you. But I would say I talked to an average between 100 and 300 people a week on all kinds of different levels. I mean, between not knowing what or why I exist to why I'm going through what I'm going through to I feel like I should just die. I don't belong here. I don't fit in. Because what's happening, I mean, you know this as well as I do. The world is ramping up. Shift is happening. The central sun is trying so very hard to express more so and help Gaia along with her transition. Okay, a lot of this is very, very overwhelming to people.
Yes.
And
the only thing that we can say is, don't worry, there is no such thing as death. It may sound harsh, but there is nothing to worry about.
Yes.
There is nothing to worry about at all.
Don't worry, there is no such thing as death.
Matter of fact, a lot of people who have died and come back said that it was a most blessing experience, and that they came back because they had a choice, but they were relieved and lived their life without fear after. And I'm here for the very same reason. I had a chance to go. I had my window of opportunity, and I chose to come back and live with pain. Now, who would choose to come back and live with pain? Me. I wasn't done. I'll have plenty of other places to go. Just not in a hurry. And if If we all go, we're all going anyway, so we'll all go together.
Agree. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. You know, the one of the things that we're here for, Jill, is to empower people. And Lori and Crystal both, all, and Gordon, everybody here, everybody that's with us, that's what we're here to do. It is not just empower us as an individual being and stepping into our own power, but it is waking up someone that is involved in our life. Who are you? You know, there is so, again, we talked about the astral
You don't
self.
have to answer it with anything but I am.
No, I am. That is it. That's true. That is it. Absolutely. What you said is key. I am. Because even in the mirror, if we were to take 9,000 people and give them a mirror and say, who is that in the mirror? Who are you in that mirror? The identical answer will be two words. I am. I am. I am in that mirror. And
You
it
are
doesn't
God.
stem.
I am God. They are God. We are God. We are all our own creation.
I am in that mirror.
And we are all able to take it to a negative or positive state. But I don't believe any single soul has a possibility to be 100% one way or 100% the other, because there is no such thing as all positive or all negative. It cannot exist. Has a possibility to be 100%.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So balance is the key to being and accepting the I am. You accept that you have negative. You accept that you have positive. You accept your flaws. You wear your scars like battle wounds and trophies. You won. All those scars, you won. You accept your flaws. You wear your scars like battle wounds and trophies. Because you can turn around and love everything about it. All those scars, you won. Or hate everything about it. And if you hate everything about it, when you come to something that's good, you'll love it even more. All those scars, you won. Or hate everything about it. We are here to experience everything, the good, the bad, the in-between. The key is the best life is always in between. The more you fail, the more you learn. We are here to experience everything, the good, the bad, the in-between. But if you never fail, that means you never try. Life is always in between. The more you fail, the more you learn.
Well, we try. There's people that says, I try, and I'm getting nowhere. I'm getting nowhere.
Stop trying. It'll happen automatically.
Bingo. Bingo. There's people that says, you're right. Totally right.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't try. It just happened. I was the weird one. All my friends wanted to play with Barbies. I wanted to play light as a feather. Yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't try. Let's have a seance. Do you know how many people I freaked out as a little kid? Oh, it's 11:11 right now. Light as a feather.
Boy face.
Let's have a seance.
I'm trying to get my host to like wake up, and I don't know where the hell he went. I don't know where Reggie went. I don't know where Patrick went. But yeah.
They had to
go. We're past. What's that?
They had to go to the loo.
I don't know where they went. I just know we're beyond we're like 15 after our 2-hour mark. I'm going, what are we doing?
We're just
not that I care, but
I don't know where they enjoy.
We're beyond we're like 15
Friday night.
Miss Lori says, light as a feather, stiff as a board was fun, but scary, LOL. She's right.
I had
right?
brilliant fun.
Friday night.
It was our seances. Man, I played with a Ouija board my whole life, and now I teach kindergarten. Yeah.
Hey, people. Hey, you know what? I'm really sorry. I missed the trance there. My daughter called right as soon as it started.